Good morning. Good to see you again. Today, I'd like to talk with the title, Be the Owner of Your Life. I start with a story. A king went out into the courtyard and found flowers and trees withering and dying. When he asked, the oak tree was dying because it couldn't be as tall as a pine tree. And the pine tree withers because it couldn't bear fruit like a vine, and because a vine couldn't bloom like a rose tree. Then the king found the grass flower blooming to his heart's content. When the king asked why he was so fresh, the grass flower said, "When the king planted me, you told me to grow up comfortably, so I could just be myself. I just live as much as I want. We'll make our own lives bloom in any way, so that we have an obligation to do our best in our own lives. In order to do that, we need to know who we are truly." Master Sotasan said in the Dharma of Iran, if you are enlightened to the truth of this one sang, you will know that the triple worlds are world of form, world of formness, then beyond formness or form, in 10 directions, is your own property, that all things in the universe are unitary in their nominal nature despite their phenomenal differences, that Irwan is the original nature of all Buddhas, patriarchs, ordinary human beings, and sentient beings. So we know that we are not different from Buddhas, Jesus Christ, or all the sages. Everybody looks different, but in our true nature, we are all the same, like the wave from the water. Different wave has different shape, but we are all from the water. Yesterday, I met a girl in our school. I tried to get water to my plants, and there was a girl in the restroom. She was very young. Like, I asked her how old she was. She said she's 10. And we started to have conversation and why she came there. And she said she came there because her grandpa is getting acupuncture treatments. And I'm the acupuncturist at the One Institute. And I asked her, do you have any issues? Have you get acupuncture treatment before? She said no. And do you have any pain or anything? You must be healthy. And she said, I have sprained my ankle, so I have pain on my left foot. So I told her, I can help you with one needle. And I brought her into my clinic room, and I needled her under opposite side of the ear and had her walk about 10 steps. And she said, oh, it got better. And I had her did that another like 3 rounds. And she asked me, how long should I keep it? And usually it takes 30 minutes for the chi energy, vital energy, circulate throughout the whole body. So I checked the time her grandpa getting the treatment, how long he'll stay here. So it's about 30 minutes. And because she has to sit there, I had her sit there. I started with her another conversation. Do you like your school? And she said, mm-mm. And they have a lot of friends. And she said, sort of. And she said, I have anger issues. And I started with the talk about the emotions. So, what are the main emotions? She said, anger, irritation, and grief, like sadness. And I said, everybody has the emotions because we are alive. A rock or tree couldn't have the emotions. Only human being can have emotions, and we can deal with the emotions. You are not an angry person because you are not angry from the birth to now. The anger arises and ceases. Whenever you face something, unwholesome situation, you are angry. So the emotions are like a patch of clouds in the sky. No matter how thick the emotions, how thick the clouds, beyond that clouds, there is a blue sky. And she agreed. And that blue sky is to yourself. So whenever you have anger or irritation or sorrow arise, just be aware of them. Like you see pen, I had a pen. You don't identify the pen as you because you are just looking at it. And she nodded. As you see this one as recognized as pen, you can do that with the emotions. Oh, when you notice anger rise, oh, anger rise. Sadness arise. Once you notice that, you can be centered and deal with it. Accept that as natural phenomena. As a human being, you have emotions, or you can stop there and think about it instead of react right away. You can think and how to deal with the situations. And she said, you are like a therapist. I said, I'm a one Buddhist minister. And she felt better eventually and asked me if she can jump with one leg, one foot. I said, you can do that. And she could jump. Oh, I got better now. And I had her think about, again, keep remembering that she has a blue sky in her. So we all need to do that. Before, we need to take some koan. What's the, what's the sound of one hand clapping? Like that's abstract question. So when, what is your name before your parents are born? So instead of say, what was it? And just say, I don't know. And if you say, I don't know, and stay there, dropping all the labels, that's true. That's your true self. That's the realm where all the emotions, thoughts, before the emotions and thoughts arise. That's the Iran. That's the one we are sharing with Buddhas and sages. So all the Master Sotasan said, all the good things you can teach people, like be moral, be kind, be compassionate, but that's the best thing to teach people is the true nature is neither arising and ceasing, and understand the cause of the causal law, like cause and effect. So understand the true self. Your true self is in you like a blue sky. Beyond the clouds is the most important teaching and understanding to be the owner of your life, because that's truly who you are. And the knowing, the law of cause and effect. Master Sotasan said, deluded people know that God or Buddha or ancestor give blessing or punishment. Know that all the blessings and punishments are given by somebody like God or Buddha, ancestors. But the enlightened one does know that one receives nothing that one does not cause. The deluded one unreasonably seek wealth, honors, and prosperity, and struggle to avoid poverty and hardships, while the wise peacefully accept blessedness and suffering as things they have already caused, and exert themselves to prepare for future blessedness and happiness. When they do things that results in blessedness, they accumulate merits by virtuous deeds for the public well-being, so that the fountain of blessedness will never dry up. So when I was little, my mother heard the Dharma talk from the temple and told us every Sunday. And she said, if you are doing good to the public, you will get like 3 times better, 3,000 times better. You get the like reward 3,000 times. So we understand the causal law and accumulate wholesome conducts. That's the way of living your own life as an owner. And the third thing I think is being grateful to your life and four graces: heaven and earth, parents, brethren, and laws. There was one girl who was born without the airway, there's bronchial tube. So since as soon as she was born, she couldn't breathe with her own bronchial tube. So she had to depend on the machine. She had to live in the hospital. And sometime later, about when she was 2 years old, so she lived in the hospital for 2 years. And a nurse who worked in the States, she was Korean. She went to Korea, met the girl, and tried to help her to connecting the doctors, very famous doctors who is in the States here and who was in the Switzerland, very good at growing the stem cell. So they make a bronchial tube from her stem cell. Eventually it's transplanted, but she couldn't live forever, the longer. About 2 months later, she died. So we are breathing in, breathing out without any issues. That's the blessing. That's the miracle for someone who died without breathing. Just one breathing, and you stop, breathe out. That's it. So when I lead the meditation, go by one breath at a time, breathing in as if you are born, breathe out as if you are dying. Because your life, entire life, is depend on one breath. So air from the nature, heaven and earth, is very important for our being, existence. Not only the air, earth, trees, because that's sustaining our lives, our precious lives, the grace of parents are so great. It's so grateful. We need to so grateful for the parents and the fellow beings and the laws. So everything in the whole universe, Master Sotasan categorized as a four graces. We need to be grateful, not just, oh, thank you, like, just be aware of. My friend who fell on the floor, she was like over 60, usually have osteoporosis. She had osteopenia. So when she fell, she got the fractured on humerus, like 3 fractures, and she had to be on the sling for 90 days. I was treating her and asked her, what would you like to do if you are, if you can move your arm freely? She wants to open her car with her arm, and she wants to scratch her nose with her fingers. When she reads a book, she had to put it down and scratch her nose. It's so uncomfortable, annoying. With breathe without any problem. We can open the door and close the door. We can walk without any problem, but we take it for granted. You don't have to wait until you limp. You don't have to wait until you cannot grab a cup with your own hand. Every moment, be grateful for everything you are. You can exist. You can keep your life in this wonderful world. That is the being grateful for things is a foundation of the practitioner, and that keep your life be wholesome, and that's the way of live your life as a owner. So I hope you keep observing your true nature, be with it from time to time, meditating. And whenever the hardships, you think about the law of causality, sometimes accept or conduct better deeds in your life, and be grateful for things you have, being grateful for your being existence, and live your life as the owner. Thank you very much.